Love the sparkling wines, and Valentine's Day is coming up. This is part of our deal. We should have sparkling wines on that day, should we not?
Of course. I think the people that need excuses to drink sparkling wine, I'll give them Valentine's Day. If not, every day is a good day.
Every day is Valentine's Day. Now, for those that don't know, give us some of the background here of Gloria Ferrer, because this is a winery in Northern California in the Carneros Valley area, but you have connections to the old country. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so the Gloria Ferrer is founded by the Ferrer family, originally from Barcelona, Spain, and they are the founders of the world's largest producer of traditional method sparkling wine called Freshenet. It's a sparkling wine in a black bottle with gold writing. And in the early 80s, bought land in near the town of Sonoma in Northern California and established Gloria Ferrer, named after the wife of the founder.
Well, this is great. And so you have, with the connection there to Spain and everything, and I guess the sparkling wine there, is it called Cava? Is that correct?
Yes, it's called Cava, and we drink it all the time. No excuses needed for that one.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, the Freshenet is one of my favorite wines just to go to and get. But for just incredibly wonderful sparkling wine here in the United States, Gloria Ferrer is the one that just comes through. Now, what types of you have? Do you have like the Brutes and kind of walk us through and make sure people understand the graduation to sweetness? Go from the driest or the one that is not as sweet down to go from non-sweet to sweet. How do we go on the scale?
So, Gloria Ferrer, we produce several different wines, and they vary both in the time of aging as well as in the sweetness levels, as you say, because not everybody likes the same thing. We all have different palates, and some people like to add sugar to their coffee. Some people add one sugar cup. I want a sugar spoon, the others three. Some people don't. Some people add milk. So it's just a matter of taste. So the driest that we produce is an extra brut, and that has just a little bit of sugar added. All sparkling wines do have, the large majority have some sugar added to it. So extra brut is the minimum that you can add, which is only 9 grams, which is less than a teaspoon in a whole bottle. Then we have the brut, which is the most widely available and what most people recognize as the driest. And then for those that like a little bit sweeter, or if you're having something spicy and sort of to cut up the spice, you can use the demi-sec, which has 22 grams per sugar, so almost double than a brut. But it's still not very sweet, syrupy sweet, but it can really enhance different dishes.
And when we use the term dry is in terms of sweetness. So when you say extra dry, we're saying extra sweet, actually, correct?
It is, yeah. We don't produce one, but extra dry has more sugar than a brut.
So your sugar leggers go it just is extra brut, and then demi-sec, and that's the way you go. Now, let's get into this because Eric mentioned this at the top of the show, and we're talking with Eva Bertrand from Gloria Ferrer, and this is a fine sparkling house and still wine house in Carneros, midway between Napa Valley. Actually, you're kind of close to Napa, but you're also in between the beautiful Santa Rosa and that area. What about glassware for sparkling wines? Why does the champagne or the sparkling wine glass look the way it does?
So with sparkling wine, all glassware has a purpose not just to hold the wine, but also to appreciate the different flavors of the wine, as well as to be able to look at the wine. And, you should look at the wine, make sure it's not cloudy. You want to see certain wines. Red wines, for example, will be kind of darker than others, like Pinot Noir, which, as Gloria Ferrer we produce, it tends to be a lighter wine, so you can see through the glass. So it's always a nice thing to be able to see the wine. So with sparkling wine, you have the added bonus of the bubbles. So you want a glass that allows a trail of bubbles to rise up, and you want to see those long trails, as well as it foams like a crown around the glassware. So if you have really good sparkling wine and in a clean glass, you'll see that crown forming at the top. But the most beautiful thing are those bubbles. And over time, glasses have been designed for different things. There's the famous coupe that it's supposed to be formed after Marie Antoinette's breast. I don't know if it's true, but
that's the flat one there that looks like it could be formed after Marie Antoinette's breast. Those are one of the favorites, but that's a traditional. Then what?
That's a traditional. Then it became the flute, which is sort of the long, just narrow and long. There's now a lot of people say that the narrow of the flute, if it's too narrow, does not allow the aromas to open up enough. A lot of people are now also drinking sparkling wine out of a white wine. After all, it is a wine.
Or the trumpet. They had the trumpet that had the top of the kind of went to the top, sort of, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, but you have something new you've designed here. Not only have when I say you designed it, your company founder there, Gloria Ferrer, she has designed a new sparkling wine glass. What is this?
So Gloria Ferrer herself, the person, is an avid collector of glassware. She has over 2,000 pieces in Spain, and she's shared with us over 100 here at the winery at Gloria Ferrer in Sonoma. And last year, we asked her if she would be interested in designing her own glass. She was very flattered because she had bought glasses from everywhere and has all these great stories about every single glass that she's bought, but she had never thought of designing a glass. So we put her in touch with a local artist here from Sonoma, Alex Leader, and they worked on a design. She brought a glass that she felt was not just beautiful, nice to hold, but she liked how the bubbles raised to the top. And based on that glass, they designed what we're now calling Gloria's Flute. And It is a mix of a flute and a cup. So it starts narrow, and then it opens up at the top to allow the aromas to open up a little more than it would be in a traditional long and narrow flute.
So kind of more like that top opening style that kind of comes out and opens like a tulip a little bit more on the top. Is that correct?
Yes. It closes a little bit, but it's still pretty open, yes.
Now, you have educational degrees from some of the top schools in Spain, and you are a wine educator, so it's great to have you on about this. Can we get an education on glassware if we go to Gloria Ferrer Winery and check out the different types of receptacles to hold sparkling wine?
Yes, many people don't realize that the glass can actually make the wine taste a little bit different. So we do offer one of the elevated experiences at the winery. It's about 2 hours, but it includes a tour, and it's the glass exploration. So we pour the same sparkling wine in 3 different glasses.
What is your website there so we can attend this event? Now, where do we go to find out more?
So if you go online, you need to make a reservation at gloriaferrer.com.
Gloria Ferrer, GLORIAFERRER.com.
Hey, Fred Dreyer and I are really enjoying Blue Apron. Blue Apron, the #1 fresh ingredient and recipe delivery service in the country. They deliver the food. They give you the recipes. Everything is fresh. It's sourced fresh. It's all great, wonderful cooking. You go out and spend $30 or more going to dinner, $10 a person, and you dine with your family. Go and make the meals together. It's affordable, as I said, about $10 a person per meal. It's got variety. You can customize recipe. It's easy. It's guaranteed. And here's the special deal: you can get your first 3 meals free with free shipping if you go to their website. That's blueapron.com/Dreyer, DRYER. Again, your first 3 meals free. You get free shipping. Just go to blueapron.com/Dreyer, DRYER. You'll love how good it is. It feels good. It tastes good. It's blueapron.com/Dreyer, DRYER. Blueapron.com/Dreyer. Check it out today.
This is a national healthcare alert from the Health Hotline. If you have severe knee or back pain and you have Medicare or private insurance, we have great news. Finally, there's a way to reduce your pain without surgery or taking medications. Call us today and learn how you can qualify to get a pain-relieving knee or back brace at little or no cost to you. We'll even ship your brace for free. If you have excruciating knee or back pain and you have Medicare or private insurance, don't wait. You may qualify to immediately receive a pain-relieving, nearly invisible knee or back brace at little or no cost to you. I've used one, they're comfortable, and they work, and we guarantee your happiness. So call right now and get yours. I promise, we're here to take your call. Thank you.
800-290-0759. 800-290-0759. 800-290-0759. That's 800-290-0759.
Announcing a new handmade glass collection from Crystal Light Bohemia in the Czech Republic, established in 1794. The tradition of the factory remains, making handmade Bohemian glass with a family heritage and dedication for the finest craftsmanship, creating Czech glassware, the finest glassware in the world. Now, Crystal Light Bohemia brings this new and traditional glassware to the United States, featuring our world-renowned crystal products at reasonable prices. Crystal Light Bohemia also announces our new technology, titanium crystal glass, an abrasion and chip-resistant, shatter-resistant, crystal-clear, brilliant shine, and fire-polished crystal glassware like no other. Smooth to the touch, this lead-free crystal glassware is dishwasher-safe, stronger, and durable, yet so delicate to the eye, and it's in demand worldwide. Find out more and order your glassware today at crystallight.org, crystalite.org.
Wake up, little Susie, wake up. Wake up, little Susie, wake up. We gotta go home.
Welcome back here to What's Cooking Today. I am Michael Horn along with Eric Hines.
Yeah, we just got off the line with Ava Bertrand, the VP of Marketing over at Gloria Ferrer Caves and Vineyards. Again, that website, www.gloriaferrer.com, spelled Ferrer.com.
And by the way, speaking of wine here, Eric Hines, there is a new wine cork that is out now that we have just learned about. Our producer, Courtney Cadere, found this for us. You know, it's hard to get you've had this problem, everybody's had. It's hard to get the wine cork back in the bottle after you take it out. Have you noticed that?
Yes, it definitely is.
Sometimes you do as I do. You notice that it gets fatter after you take it out. So you turn it around and you put in the end that was the top end. You put that in. You can still fit that in the bottle. However, especially with sparkling wine or champagne, that cork, you can't turn it around because it's got the knob on the top that you pull out of the bottle. So you really stand the risk of, if you don't drink the whole bottle, the champagne or the sparkling wine will go flat. Even if you push the cork back in the regular bottle and turn it around, you're not sure you can lay the bottle on its side and store it in your refrigerator or whatever. You're going to keep it cool until you open it up, hopefully in the next day. You don't want to do the old William Shatner where you leave it in there for a couple of weeks.
Oh boy!
But it's interesting. But anyway, you put it on you lay it on the side, and But here's the thing: they got a new cork out, and it's now a new silicone wine cork. It keeps the air out of the bottle and allows you to use side storage for your recorked bottle. You can lay it on its side in the refrigerator, your wine storage receptacle. It's called the Charles Venison Silicone Lily Pad Wine. The lily pad wine cork is what you look for. But Charles Venison, I guess, Viancin, venison. And I always like good venison, by the way. Thank you. Anyway, it's this lily pad wine cork helps keep the wine from oxidizing for days after you recork it. And it gives even champagne or sparkling bottles extra life. It'll fit in there. Now, if you don't like lily pads, these wine corks also come in floral shapes like sunflower, hibiscus, and poppy. Here's the deal. They're on sale at Amazon for $5.
Oh, there you go. I got to tell you, that's actually pretty cool. I unfortunately went to my local dollar store and got a resealable wine cork, and I attempted to store a bottle of Cabernet on its side, and that did not exactly work out to my benefit there.
Try this one here. We're going to try them. For $5, it's worth
the try.
Put it through our, the Larry Lipson Institute and see if we can get it going.
Absolutely, without any messes to clean up later. Yeah,
now, today, National Frozen Yogurt Day today, February 6th, as well as former President Ronald Reagan's birthday and the incredible Jennifer Horn's birthday today. There's lots of great things on this day. Frozen yogurt sales are going to just skyrocket. They're increasing every year. People want a healthier alternative to ice cream. When you go out, you got your family there, Eric Hines. Do you go out for ice cream or do you go out for yogurt?
We go froyo all the time.
Yeah. See, everybody that say it's a little healthier for you.
Well, they say that. They definitely say that.
I don't know if that's true.
Well, have you seen how this froyo thing works?
Yeah, you can throw candy and everything else on top.
You throw the kitchen sink on top of there. By the time you're done, it's probably more calories than ice cream. But I think frozen yogurt by itself is definitely a healthier option. Yeah.
I like the rocks. I like the candy rocks.
That's exactly. Yeah. Or they put the gummy worms on there.
No, I don't do that.
Yeah, my kids love that.
The kids would love that.
Yeah.
So anyway, the yogurt, the explosion of the flavors and the topping choices, as Eric just mentioned, has made this frozen yogurt very popular. And it was first, apparently, frozen yogurt developed in 1970 here in the United States as a soft-serve treat. It was produced by a company called H.P. Hood, and they called it Frogurt.
Oh.
Frogurt. Humphreys and Dannon then followed with their own versions of the treat, and then the popularity grew in the 80s, and then frozen yogurts got into, as we were talking, health food status. Ice cream manufacturers soon caught on. They offer low-fat options. Frozen yogurt, again, making a comeback, and consumers have begun to prefer the tart taste of yogurt. You can use the hashtag National Frozen Yogurt Day to post on social media. Will you be going out and enjoying yogurt today?
Absolutely. We'll do that.
Yeah, it's good. Now, one of the big places yesterday for Super Bowl Sunday was Hooters.
Yeah.
You know, they have the biggest order of chicken wings ever.
Yeah, they ordered like 20,000 more wings, I guess, for Super Bowl per location.
Was it really?
Yeah.
20,000, yeah. So here's the deal. Hooters is going to launch some offshoot restaurants for the guy with discerning taste in chicken wings, but who is not liking the thought of watching a woman wear skimpy clothes while she serves him the wings. And I mean, come on. What guy that you know, Eric, likes to go to a place where there's a woman in skimpy clothes serving him wings? I mean, come on, right?
Yeah, right? Who heard of that?
Now, we wouldn't want those places to go out of business, so there are some of us who would go there just to support the local businesses in our area. Am I right about this, Eric?
Yeah, you got to support your local businesses.
That's what I'm saying right there.
And those hard-working girls that work over there as well.
Yeah, but if you're out with a little woman or your wife or girlfriend, you want to go ahead and maybe go to this place. It's a new place. It's called, it's an offshoot restaurants, and you don't want to look at the skimpy clothes. They have a restaurant where you can now feel comfortable with your woman. It's called Hoots.
Okay, and it's an offshoot of Hooters.
Yeah, just called Hoots. You get the hoot, but not the her. So it's just the Hoots.
Well, I heard our own Ryan DeSicchio, Raging Ryan over here, the Rhino Report.
The Rhino Report, yeah.
Yeah, he was talking about this particular thing, and he said it was the end of Hooters. And what you're saying is, no, it's actually a separate offshoot.
I hope not. I hope Rhino is wrong. He's usually correct with his reports, but I'm going to challenge him here. You know, there's a lot of men who aren't interested in looking at women's chests or anything, and so the Hooters has a new fast casual chain coming soon. It's going to be called Hoots, and there's going to be, listen to this one. Talk about a terrible experience. There's going to be female and male servers. They'll not wear any revealing clothing, and they'll have an abbreviated one-page menu. And they can get the customers in and out quickly. And the first Hoots is going to open. It's too bad, because rest in peace, my great father from Cicero, Illinois. I mean, that's where it's going to open up, is in Cicero, Illinois. There's so many problems in Illinois. Why give them this problem of putting a Hoots instead of a Hooters? Where's our protesters? Can we, instead of let's protesting stupid stuff that they've been doing, let's get the signs out and say, put the her back at Hooters. Get that Ryan. We got to have Ryan on the show. If he is right about this is terrible news. I haven't been to a Hooters in years, but today, on Jennifer Horn's birthday, we may have to go out to a celebration at Hooters.
Go to Hooters.
What do you think about that?
Is it an invite to all the staff as well there, Mike?
Oh, you got it, buddy. You and I are there. We might make it. We might have a special, Mike and Eric table there at the local Hooters. Think we get Bob Henry to join us? I doubt that, seriously, but we won't tell anybody. He'll be there.
Guys, stick around. More great stuff coming up here on CRN Digital Talk Radio. What's Cookin' Show?
Come to Angelo's and Vinci's Restaurante in Fullerton, California for our sizzling party savings. Book your wedding event or reception, your birthday bash, or a special event of any kind and celebrate at Angelo's and Vinci's. Come to Angelo's and Vinci's and celebrate in one of our many festive banquet rooms. It's an incredible fun event you will never forget. Food, music, and lots of fun. Call for the details, and don't forget our daily lunch and dinners, plus our Sunday champagne brunch. Just $14.95. Minestrone soup, sausage and peppers, pastas, chicken dishes, salads, scones, and muffins. Plus so much more, a chocolate fondue fountain, Zeblis, cannolis, fresh fruit, champagne, and Junior will be waiting to make the omelet of your choice from our omelet bar. Angelo's and Vinci's has been voted on the Orange County Hot List as one of the top 5 Italian restaurants for the past 6 years. And don't forget our award-winning pizzas. Thin or thick, they're yummy. It's all at Angelo's and Vinci's Restaurante at 550 North Harbor Boulevard in Fullerton, California. Call 714-879-4022, 714-879-4022.
The smartest way for you to get the lowest prices on your plane tickets, domestic or international, is to call SmartFares first or last, but you've got to call us before you book your plane tickets. Fly anywhere in the world, fly anywhere in the U.S., and SmartFares can save you up to 75% on your plane tickets. We have the lowest airline ticket prices on over 500 airlines, and you've got a great 12-hour free cancellation window. Plus, with our live agent help, you can always get fast help and fast answers. So on your next trip, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, how about right now? Pick up your phone and call SmartFares, plus save up to 75% on your plane reservation. So call right now. 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644.
Welcome to Staples.
Staples Guy, my New Year's resolution is to get new customers in the door.
Well, Staples has everything you need to promote your business. Signs, pens, mugs, you name it.
Perfect.
And right now, you can get 15% off custom banners and posters.
15% off? That's one resolution off my list.
Oh, how many were there?
Just the one.
Then, Happy New Year.
This year, resolve to promote your business at Staples. And right now...
Cookin today, the nation's food, wine, restaurant, travel, and entertainment show. Michael Horn and Eric Hines.
Yes, Mike, and right now we have Google expert Daniel Seberg to tell us about the Super Bowl from their perspective, the top searched beer recipes and some of the top searched ads. Hey, Daniel, welcome to the show, my friend.
How are you both doing? Good to be with you.
Daniel, have you been to a Hooters or a Hoots?
I can't say that I've been to either, actually.
Well, Daniel, we have to help you out here a little bit, please. Hoots have not opened yet. It's opening soon, in the first one in Cicero, Illinois, but this will be trending on Google, I'm sure, especially after your old buddies Mike and Eric here on What's Cooking Today talked about this new restaurant, Hoots, that'll have regularly clothed women and men serving you at this restaurant. They've taken the hers out of Hooters. And not a good deal. But there are things. There was a big Super Bowl yesterday, and Eric mentioned it here at the top of the show. Let's just talk about, first off, what's been trending on Google, maybe even not with the Super Bowl. What have been the top trending items?
Sure. So we can talk about the big search moments, and they include overtime, which this being the first Super Bowl that featured an overtime. A lot of people had some questions about the rules and the process involved.
They did.
Lady Gaga's halftime performance generated a lot of interest.
All right, slow down a little bit here. Now, slow down. First off, you're right. The big overtime was a big deal about this, and a lot of people at the party I was saying, oh, what happens in overtime? And they flipped the coin, am I right? And whoever wins the toss gets to choose whether to kick or receive. And, of course, in overtime, you want to get it because the rules go, and correct me if I'm wrong here, Daniel, that is that the team that receives, then if they score a touchdown, the game is over. If they score a kick, then the other team gets the ball and can try to get a touchdown and win, correct?
I am not an expert, but I believe that is correct.
I searched it on Google, so I know those rules for you. So I just want to help you out there a little with your search. So what about Lady Gaga? Did you see that performance? Eric, you missed it. It was incredible. I mean, this was one of the best Super Bowl halftime performances ever.
You know, some people were saying it was a Lady Gaga concert and a football game broke out. I mean, she was certainly getting a lot of buzz. We saw people had questions about her, everything from how old is she, how tall is she, who's she dating. You know, she performed all these acrobatics and even had the wherewithal to thank her mom and dad in the performance.
Great.
And then drop the mic and grab the ball. So what else can you say?
And it fell into something. I don't know where she fell, but let's not that I'm curious or anything, but who is she dating? Did they? Because she was going out with that Taylor Kinney, who was on Chicago Fire, but they've broken off that relationship. Is any news out that you can tell us about? Not that I'm interested.
That's my understanding. I'm not sure exactly what's happening these days.
Well, come on, Daniel. You're Daniel Seberg. You're the Google Trends expert here. Just help us out. You're going to make us go back to Google. Okay, what else you got for us?
Well, you know, there were some moments, of course, during the game that stood out, whether it was Devonta Freeman's sort of airborne touchdown into the end zone.
Yeah.
The Falcons penalty for holding. You know, we saw search interest around that. And, Julian Edelman was one of the top 3 players searched, and perhaps for obvious reasons, with his spectacular catch towards the end of the game.
Unbelievable.
I think rewatch it.
Yeah, you can rewatch and look at it. That's what I love about it. You can go back and re-look these things over and everything. But for the most part, I think the calls in the game were pretty much spot on. I think the officiating were good. There weren't any Russians involved in it, and a lot of people, here's the deal. Was there trending to see? Because I think a lot of people hated the Patriots just because President Donald Trump said he liked Robert Kraft, the owner of the Patriots, and he liked Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. And all of a sudden, oh my gosh, it became a political thing, at least at the party I was at. It's like, please. It was a football game, for gosh sakes. But I'm sure that those people are walking around today saying, the Russians, I think they were the referees. Was that anything searched?
Not that specifically.
Thank you.
We did not see any top queries around that. But you could certainly argue that a higher number of the ads that were shown had some sort of social or political leanings.
You think?
We've seen a lot of interest on YouTube. We've had more than 350,000 hours of time spent watching ads on YouTube. So a lot of engagement with it.
What's with that Coca-Cola ad where all of a sudden they were singing, America the Beautiful, and then I couldn't understand half of the thing. I don't know who was singing it, but there were like confusing lyrics in that. What was that all about?
That ad was definitely one that resonated with a lot of people.
The chairperson has disconnected the conference.
Oh, did we lose?
Did we lose Daniel?
I've never had a chairperson do this call. Daniel, was it anything I said? Daniel?
We just lost Daniel.
Oh,
Can you
did you
believe
see
this?
that ad? By the way, that was one of the ones he was talking about. I'm making a joke here. It was a bunch of different foreign languages singing America the Beautiful. I thought, and we can Google search this, I thought the ads pretty much they get more pitiful every year as far as they're just not funny anymore. I mean, they used to be so much better. I did like that Coca-Cola ad with America the Beautiful. It was just a straight ad. I liked some of the Budweiser stuff.
You saw the Budweiser ad, yeah.
Yeah, that was
that was
okay.
one,
The
yeah.
Jack in the Box far and away was the best one where they were hacked, but I thought they were going to show more commercials with him about Jackie Leaks and all that stuff, and it wasn't in there.
There seemed to be definitely a political tone to some of those ads.
You think? I didn't catch it. I was looking for that, and I didn't. I mean, people are reading. I think people are reading, especially here on the left coast where we do this show, are reading in politics into everything. And I believe that I didn't see the political edge into a lot. Which one did you see that was real political in your eye?
Specifically, the Budweiser ad. I think they were trying to indicate that there was some immigrant status that was kind of there.
Where Anheuser met Bush?
Yeah, that kind of Anheuser-Busch meeting thing. And
See, I didn't pick it off from that. And by the way, I'm an old Czech American from the Czech Republic.
There's a story to be told there, isn't there?
So that just stops me from looking at any Bush ads or Budweiser ads, because Budvar is the real Budweiser. In fact, I got to bring you in one today. I found some finally at one of the stores over there. Bevmo has them in there, but they get sold out quickly. It's the traditional Budweiser, and apparently these guys, Budweiser, stole the recipes, and the two brothers or whatever that started it, and one went to Germany, where those Germans, they steal things sometimes, and I'm sure that's where Anheuser, no offense to you Germans out there, but come on, you stole the recipe for the beer, and then it was brought to this country and totally screwed up into like very mild beer.
So you're saying like Anheuser-Busch was like the Julian Assange of the beer industry?
Something like that. Something's going on there.
Secrets?
That's what I want to find out. Get Daniel back from Google so we can search this.
Oh, poor Daniel, we missed him. There's so much more to talk about,
Yes.
too. Oh, the great recipes.
Search the true Budvar. Yeah, and the recipes.
Yeah.
Can we get him back? Because the Google conference ended on me. I hope I didn't press the wrong button right here at the studio. All right, we'll continue straight ahead here. Michael Horn and Eric Hines is What's Cooking Today from CRN, the Czech radio network. For great beer, it's Czech beer, Budvar.
My number 2 does not look like a number 2. I don't know what to call it. Is there a number 3?
Table for 4, please. Anything close to the restroom.
A middle seat with these stomach problems? That's my fear of flying.
Sound like you? If it does, you could be one of the many people with a digestive condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. Even if you don't know what EPI is, you might know the symptoms: frequent diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain. If you have even just one of these symptoms, you could still have EPI, because not everybody experiences EPI the same way, which is why it's so important to open up to your doctor about all your symptoms. And the good news is, EPI is manageable, so don't keep a lid on it. Go to identifyepi.com, complete the symptom checker, and use it to have a conversation with your doctor. Don't keep a lid on it. Visit identifyepi.com. Brought to you by AbbVie.
Don't let yesterday's accomplishments affect today. Use Blue Emu, available in stores nationwide.
Welcome to Staples.
Staples Guy, my New Year's resolution is to get new customers in the door.
Well, Staples has everything you need to promote your business. Signs, pens, mugs, you name it.
Perfect.
And right now you can get 15% off custom banners and posters.
15% off? That's one resolution off my list.
Oh, how many were there?
Just the one.
Then Happy New Year.
This year, resolve to promote your business at Staples. And right now, get 15% off custom banners and posters. Staples. Make more happen.
Offer ends 3/24/17. See a Staples associate for details.
What's Cooking Today, the nation's food, wine, restaurant, travel, and entertainment show. I'm Michael Horn, along with Eric Hines.
Yes, Michael Horn, and we did try to successfully complete that pass to Daniel Seberg, but unfortunately was intercepted.
Yes. I've never heard that. Was he on some sort of a Skype line with us or something?
I have no idea. All I know is that the hammer came down, and that ended that interview really quick.
Well, anyway, I think we covered it for the most part.
Yeah.
We got to the things, the Super Bowl ads and everything. I think that Coca-Cola was the top ad. That's what I think.
Yeah, I can imagine. And the amount of money they spent, was it $5 million
yes.
per ad? Oh, my God, for 30, 60 seconds? Jeez.
I guess, what's the other one? The one for, what's her name, from the TV show over there with the Mary, what's her name, and... who am I talking about? The comedian who was driving the car and falling off the cliff. That was pretty funny. That was a good one.
I always watch these ads after the fact. I'm that guy, unfortunately.
Melissa McCarthy. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah,
okay,
that was good. You got to watch. That'll be running on. That was pretty good. So anyway, there's some recalls we should talk about here since the first of the year that we should mention about. There's been food and drink recalls. They're common. We get them from time to time. But the problem sometimes isn't with the food, but the packaging. And so we had mentioned this one on the show earlier in the year. Sierra Nevada Brewing Company issuing a recall last month in the Midwest, South, and East Coast for some of its bottled beer. Oh. And somebody at the company apparently noticed that there was a flaw. They could let the glass from the bottle chip and fall inside.
Oh, geez, that's scary.
Yeah, so the company released a statement saying, while we believe this concern impacts roughly 1 in every 10,000, or 0.01% of our bottles packaged during this time, Sierra Nevada has set the standard for quality in the craft brewing industry since 1980, and we have decided to take this precaution to ensure the safety of our consumers. So the odds of getting that glass shard in your beer may be low, but nobody wants to be drinking that 1 in every 10,000 bottles of beer. So they released that. And then there was another product with a glass problem. This was with Pick Sweet. I don't know if we had this one on the show, so we should probably mention this. The Pick Sweet Company voluntarily recalled some packages of the Pick Sweet Farmers 12-ounce breaded okra.
Wow.
And I'm not a big breaded okra fan.
I haven't seen the product at stores in this area, no.
It's from Pick Sweet. And PICTSWEET, Pick Sweet Farmers 12-ounce breaded okra, because some of the packages might contain glass fragments.
What is with the glass everywhere? My gosh.
One minor injury with it, but when they catch it. Now, then on January 14th, Olmel, SECLP, OLYMEL, and then S.E.C./LP. It's a company in Boucherville, Quebec, Canada, recalled approximately 1,124 pounds of pork ribs because the pork spare ribs came through the border without being inspected by federal authorities.
Oh, boy.
So and they already got to the store, so consumers were urged to return the food or throw it away. It was just a guess that, that if you ate the ribs, you had no idea the food had been recalled. You should double check.
This is illegal pork ribs crossing the border.
There you go. Some recalls are due to the packaging not declaring an allergen among the ingredients. This, happened between January 3rd and the 28th last month. we had the first and the last recall of the month. There were 23 foods recalled for humans, 26 if you include pet food. Of the 23 food recalled, 15 were recalls for not declaring an allergen, like almond, milk, cashews, peanuts. People that you can get, you want to have that listed on there in case you have allergy to it. And then here's one too. The holiday candy was maybe having some salmonella. After the holidays, they caught this. Better late than never. This was from the Hy-Vee company, HY-VEE. They're based out of West Des Moines, Iowa, West Des Moines in Iowa in the United States here. They voluntarily recalled several candy trays because they have the potential to be contaminated with salmonella. So Palmer Candy Company informed them that a milk powder ingredient used in some chocolate coating had the potential to be contaminated with salmonella. And then they looked at the company's attention, brought to the supplier. They found that Valley Milk Products, we were talking about this one, Valley Milk Products LLC, a milk powder ingredient used in the compound chocolate coating has the potential to be contaminated with salmonella. And so some of these treats maybe had the names like Palmer Candy Holiday Treats, Palmer Candy Peppermint Bark. So if you're chowing down on this in January, you might want to know that there's a recall on those.
It amazes me that salmonella would still survive after all the processes they put that through, but I guess they got to be safe.
Yeah,
wow.
And that whole Valley Milk thing was a problem because I think it went unnoticed and went out for a while. So you might want to check that out on some of the candies. So there are recalls out there. We try to get them here on the show when we can. We post them up on the website at crntalk.com. You can also go to the government website and check on recalls as well, too. Now, Baskin & Robbins is in the news. We're talking it's National Yogurt Day today, but their flavor of the month for this month is chocolate hazelnut ice cream. This flavor features the chocolate ice cream and the chocolatey-coated hazelnuts and hazelnut cookie fudge, the ribbons that go through there. And Valentine's Day is this month, so Baskin & Robbins is also offering a number of Valentine's-themed desserts, including what they call their two heart cakes. The Be Mine Heart Cake and the new Ganache Conversion Heart Cake, or Conversation Heart Cake. This new Ganache Conversation Heart Cake features a ganache-enrobed heart-shaped ice cream cake, and the Be Mine Heart Cake features red and white, a heart design, and a red rose made out of the icing. Now, you, of course, are married, and I want to make sure that marriage stays very robust and wonderful. What are you doing for Valentine's Day without the little woman maybe
I am taking
in?
my wife to a special Valentine's event the weekend after Valentine's Day.
Oh, that's
and
smart.
Of course, we're doing dinner Valentine's evening. So we're going to do the dinner and a bottle of wine, and then the following weekend we're doing a Valentine's event.
Dinner at home or dinner at a restaurant?
No, we're going to go out. We're going to go out.
Have you made the reservation already?
I'm making the reservation today, as a matter of fact.
Really?
Hopefully I can still get in there.
Yeah, hopefully. Better get on the line to Angelo's and Vinci's quickly.
Yeah.
I think they're filling up fast. You got to get to some place that's got space. And a lot of restaurants, I don't know if they do it at Angelo's and Vinci's, but some have special Valentine's menus. I don't know. And so they put that together because you can order some things and they can get you in and taken care of right away. So you might want to do that. So romantic. Can I go with you too?
Absolutely. You're invited.
Thank you.
Let me take just a moment or two, if I may, and talk about a great place to eat. That's right. For you folks anywhere in the eastern San Fernando Valley, drop into Bob's Big Boys. That's right. In Sun Valley at 8274 Sunland Boulevard. Now, everybody remembers the name Bob. They're getting bigger and bigger every day. And little old Bob carrying the hamburger in his checkered overalls is the same Bob that you remember from back through the years. And, of course, if you want to go in for a great lunch, remember their classic burger, the original double-deck hamburger combination. Delicious 100% pure ground beef in 2 patties with American cheese, lettuce, and our famous Big Boy's special sauce. The name is Bob, and I think when you go in, you'll say, by golly, I'm sure glad that I found this restaurant because it's good for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. They've got all kinds of things, and all you have to do is remember. Bob's Big Boy in Sun Valley at 8274 Sunland Boulevard. It's a great place to eat.
Announcing a new handmade glass collection from Crystal Light Bohemia in the Czech Republic, established in 1794. The tradition of the factory remains, making handmade Bohemian glass with a family heritage and dedication for the finest craftsmanship, creating Czech glassware, the finest glassware in the world. Now, Crystal Light Bohemia brings this new and traditional glassware to the United States, featuring our world-renowned crystal products at reasonable prices. Crystal Light Bohemia also announces our new technology, titanium crystal glass, an abrasion and chip-resistant, shatter-resistant, crystal-clear, brilliant shine, and fire-polished crystal glassware like no other. Smooth to the touch, this lead-free crystal glassware is dishwasher-safe, stronger and durable, yet so delicate to the eye, and it's in demand worldwide. Find out more and order your glassware today at crystallight.org, crystalite.org.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you could donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It will be towed away for free, and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car, and as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now, 1-800-785-9618. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-785-9618. That's 1-800-785-9618.
A little bit. Go, boys. A little ditty they call Frozen Yogurt Day. Let's listen. Bob Henry and the boys, they're the ones that put the her back at Hooters. Yeah, it was just Hoots. And then Bob Henry met her, and it became Hooters! There you go, Bob. I haven't seen him move around this much since he was doing the hula in Hawaii, I'll tell you. All right, we got a lot of stuff to do. I'm Michael Horn along with Eric Hines. Krispy Kreme is in the news today. This is interesting because while I was in Hawaii, Commandante Beaton brought some Krispy Kreme donuts, and he selected them for our party himself, and they were all cream-filled.
Oh.
Are you a cream-filled donut guy?
I only eat one donut.
Yeah. What's the donut?
Apple fritter.
Oh, so you do like it. Okay, yeah. I like the glaze, just the regular old glazed donut.
Yeah,
chocolate on it sometimes, but the glaze, if I'm going to go to one, I'm going to go to the tradition.
Yeah.
And so Commandante Beaton picks all the cream fill, and then he went ahead and took a bite out of each one like it's a See's Candies box.
He was looking for that raspberry-filled one.
Exactly.
Oh, boy.
So here's news from Krispy Kreme. They've got, this is good news, they've got some new brewed coffee. They're going to give away a free original glazed donut, there you go, with the purchase of any size cup of coffee. So forget these Starbucks guys. They're going to hire all these illegals. That's been in the news lately. You go to Krispy Kreme, not to get political here on the show. You go to Krispy Kreme, and you get a nice cup of coffee because you get a free glazed donut. And we all, as good liberals in this country, like free stuff. So that's what I'm going to do is go to...
You did it again. That was twice.
I'm sorry. I apologize again a second time. But we do like free stuff. So there we go. So this new coffee is going to complement the Krispy Kreme's donuts, available in 2 blends, Smooth and Rich. You remember them as one of the great country acts, Smooth and Rich?
Absolutely. Rick Smooth and Don Rich.
No, it was John Rich, and it was formerly was known as Big. But then Big got lost weight and he became Smooth. Anyway, it's Smooth and Rich. The Smooth blend is lightly roasted with a subtle blend of Central and South American beans. It's got a smooth, balanced body, easy drinking, natural finish. That sounds good. Yeah. The Rich blend is that aromatic and flavorful medium-bodied coffee of Central African and Indo-Pacific beans. It's got a lush, well-rounded flavor and a satisfying finish. Available through February 28th at Krispy Kreme.
Hey, very cool.
It replaces the Krispy Kreme House and Dark blends, which were introduced back in 2011. Check them out.
So this is a seasonal thing then?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
Del Taco has got shrimp in the news. They got jumbo shrimp tacos and burritos. Are unveiling them today. The jumbo shrimp tacos have a bit of a chili lime taste. They're topped with shredded cabbage, pico de gallo, and rice is added to the mix. And then the Del Taco secret sauce, all in that flour tortilla. And then the burritos have the same ingredients, but they add some fresca lime rice into the mix. And if you're hungry, Del Taco is debuting an epic surf and turf burrito that not only has the jumbo shrimp, but grilled carne asada as well.
Wow, that sounds kind of good.
Yeah, so, and by the way, Lent season starts March 1st, so they know, they get the shrimp stuff going out there. The vice president of Del Taco, Noah Chillingworth, says Del Taco usually does with their shrimp offerings. The jumbo is going to be the only round for a limited time, so don't sleep and go and buy these guys while they're available. And finally, we talked about this last week, and this is some kind of a marketing scam here. They're saying our bacon supply is at a 50-year low. The source of our bacon in December last year totaled 17.8 million pounds. We haven't had less available pork in our for bacon since 1957, but there's still plenty of bacon available, so what are they going to do? Good conservatives that they are. See, I threw that one in just for you other people out there. They're going to raise the price of bacon. You'll be paying more for bacon.
Oh, boy.
It's an old marketing ploy.
I've been buying turkey bacon.
There you go. Yeah. That's the way to go. That's what I would do. Too much salt and sodium in that bacon.
Gobble, gobble.
Yeah, let's go get just buy turkey, for gosh sakes. Go in there and buy the salt it yourself. That's our show. If you missed anything, log on to our website at crntalk.com/what's cooking today. Download our cell phone app free for your smartphone. Just take your smartphone and dial this number, pound 250, and hit send. When the call is answered, they ask you for a keyword. Say CRN Talk. You'll get our app loaded free to your phone. For our executive producer, Courtney Cadera, for the great Eric Hines, I'm Michael Horn saying have a great day and eat well, everybody.
Enjoying all your favorite CRN programming is easier than ever. It's right on your TV, through your local cable provider, and on the web at crntalk.com. But when you're on the move, stuck in a plane, train, or in your car, catch up on all the shows you missed, or listen live to your favorites. Download our CRN app from your iPhone, iPad, Android, or BlackBerry. Just search for CRN Digital Talk Radio. Or search for your favorite CRN shows on apps like iTunes, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, AHA Radio, uTunes, and...
All right, buddy. All right, I'm ready when you are. Hey. It was pretty good, man. It flew by. Actually, I woke up Sunday morning and just with this wild bug, and I just did, I have this honeydew list. So I just went through every single thing on the honeydew list. You wouldn't believe it. So that was my whole Sunday. Hey, you there, Mike?
Hello.
Oh, there you are.
There. What were you working on?
We had this bathroom sink that has been backed up now. It's like a slow drainer.
Yeah.
And you know how bad those things can get.
What did you do to fix that?
I had to take that whole assembly underneath the drain and just take all that out and just root it out. And it was terrible.
There is something
smell.
you can buy that my neighbor who had the hardware store, and did you ever see it? I bought it for the one at the office that time, and the stuff really works. It's I'll get you the name. It's a red... like a plastic bleach bottle, but it's smaller. It's like a small version of the bleach bottle.
Okay.
And that stuff really freaking worked. He swore by it, and man, it cleared up my drain. And it finally got that drain cleared in the office.
Oh, that's great.
And I forget, it's a red deal, but I'll look at the name of it.
Yeah, take a look for it. Yeah, I mean, I took the whole thing apart, and of course, there was like a hairball the size of my fist that was stuck in there.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and the stink and just everything else. And then, I had Mims, that same sink, about a year and a half ago. I had Mims go through and rip out all the piping behind it.
Yep.
So I knew it wasn't the core piping; it was just that one drain. But geez, that thing backs up, and people are brushing their teeth. It becomes disgusting. So it was just.
I know.
Yeah.
That usually happens in the shower, but I go into the shower and I take one of those. Tool retrievers, the thing you press on and you can go pick up like a screw or something if you dropped it. And I'll go in there and just open it up and go down there and just fish out huge hunks of hair.
Oh, man. Geez. It's the women in our lives, too. I know it's not you and I.
It's not me. I know it's not. I would never blame the lovely Cynthia.
No, of course not.
She
of
has
course
short
not.
hair anyway,
That's-
so it couldn't be her.
Yeah, it couldn't be her.
Yeah, so what else did you do?
Yeah, also, in this kitchen, we're starting to get ready to remodel our kitchen.
Ooh.
And so, we got to start trimming down some of these excess dishes we have. So I went through and just threw away a bunch of old pitchers and stuff without lids and just did all that stuff and kind of reorganized everything. And I when Kotar wakes up, she woke up about 11 o'clock. She slept in. And I'm kind of showing her what I've done so far, and it's one of those things where as the honeydew list gets knocked down, I'm expecting like all these kudos, and it's kind of like, oh,
yeah, oh, where's my favorite dish that you just threw out?
Where's that heart bowl?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, the heart bowl we haven't used for 4 years. yeah.
I got to do that. That's actually a good thing. I need to go through my cabinets and throw away things with no lids. I got 18 billion storage containers that you could never use at one time.
Oh yeah, we actually have an avalanche of lids. Like if you open up this one door, there's one drawer in our kitchen. It's got all the lids on one shelf, and if you open it up, you literally they all fall down on you. So it's really bad. That's the next step. That's getting rid of all that stuff.
So then what else?
Let's see. Then did all the light bulbs around the house. Just double checked, and we had a couple light. We had I actually had this refrigerator and freezer. The light bulb burnt out in the fridge, and so I'll tell you, the dollar store is the best place to get replacement bulbs.
Really?
Because they still have the incandescent bulbs. They're
That's
also
good.
Bohemia, yeah, and they also have the appliance bulbs, which you go to the grocery store, they're like $3.
Yep.
$3 or $4. At the dollar store, they're $1. So I went and got one of those, replaced the light bulb in the fridge. And then I noticed, and I've had this fridge now for probably about 8 years, maybe even 10 years. I've had this fridge for a while. I noticed that the freezer actually has a light bulb, and so apparently it never worked. It was a brand new fridge when we got it, but apparently when we got it, the light bulb wasn't working, and I never noticed. Some freezers don't have light bulbs.
Yeah,
and it's it's a bottom freezer, and it's not any of the newfangled like Samsung freezers. So I just figured it didn't have a light bulb. Well, then as I'm going through and I'm looking, I see the light bulb, so I put a new light bulb in the freezer. That one I got a round of applause for. That one I did get ready. Yeah, that was like my big victory for the weekend, was getting the light bulb in the freezer.
That's good.
Yeah, and did some organization around the bathrooms and got rid of some old, all the old products that my wife's probably had there for 6 years that collected dust and never been used. So just kind of, weeding through some of the old junk is probably the best way.
See, I don't get any approval because I live alone. The dog just looks at me. That's enough. Just to have the dog look at me.
It's your mascot right there, yeah.
Yeah, like I went ahead and I have the van parked here, and I have to figure out what the hell I'm going to do with the van, whether I move it to the office or whatever, and it's in the driveway, and then I move it down, and it's like, I finally have decided that I don't like the van because I thought I did, but I haven't driven it in so long. It really has no power steering and no power brakes.
It's really tough.
So you have to be like a young stud to drive it. And I get in there, I'm going like, Jesus, this thing is tough. If you try to pull it up in the driveway and pull it out, you're going like, whoa. So I parked it down the street, and I've got that little trickle charge in there, which somebody's probably going to steal soon.
Oh, boy.
And I just ran a cord to it and taped it just to the sidewalk out there so I can charge it until I figure out what I'm going to do. And I ran a cord first up to my outdoor lights that I can turn on and off in the front. And then I thought, no, I want to keep my outdoor lights on that switch. So I ran it to cord to the back and plugged it in an outlet I have in the back. And so now it's trickle charging. At least I haven't checked to see if anybody stole the cord and the trickle charger and the battery yet. But I have to lock that thing. I think there was a lock for it. I got to find that. Maybe Tomas kept it at the office so I can lock the actual hood on that little thing. So I did that, and then I fixed Christmas decorations that I have all these little scenes around my house.
Yeah.
And I was going to throw them away. I thought, I'm not dealing with this. And then the first one, I threw a voltage meter on it and found out that the power supply was bad. So I looked online and found the power supply and had it sent to me.
Oh, cool.
And then when I opened the packaging, I, of course, opened it with scissors and cut the wires. I had to solder that.
Oh, no.
Just ticked me off that I had to repair it. When it's brand new, and that worked. And then I found these lights, and it was like a little halogen light for 10 watts. When I looked at the one, I thought, this thing's shot. And I looked inside, and I saw the motor was turning, and then I went, that's probably a light. Sure enough, there's a little light in there. Pulled it out, called Chris Carley, and of course, they only had the 20 watt. Do I want to get that? I said, no, I don't think so, because this is all enclosed, and I think 20 watts halogen might be too hot. So I found the 10 watt bulb and replaced that, and that's working.
Oh,
very proud of myself.
That brings to mind, that garage conversion I have, which is now like the music studio. I have a light sensitive porch light over the door. So when the sun goes down, the light turns on automatically. I don't worry about it. So so the light's been out now for 2 days, and I went to replace that bulb, and apparently, and it was a new installation. I haven't had to change the bulb since I installed it. apparently the bulb in there is not the twist-in type of bulb. It's this weird type of
bayonet.
bulb. It has terminals. Yeah, it has like 2 terminals
you
on the
can
end of it.
call up Chris Carley. They'll order that for you.
Okay. Yeah.
Jimmy Mack, that's his company.
No
Whenever you
kidding.
need a light bulb, I go
that's
there
right, yeah.
first.
I wonder if you can get the bulbs for the studio boards, because we have a few of the bulbs that are still
Ooh, I never thought of that.
Yeah.
Why don't you actually ask him that when you call him today?
Yeah, I'll
Then
find
it's
out.
an official CRN business, and you can order that
There we
stuff.
go,
See?
yeah.
Yeah, that was. But didn't we have a bunch? Didn't I see a box of them that I stuck back there in Master Control?
We had a bunch of them, and they were the wrong wattage. They were very dim.
Hmm.
Yeah, they weren't as bright as the bulbs that were stock with the board. So, I mean, I put them in there, but you can barely see them shine through the red. I mean, the yellow shines up a little better, but the red is almost, you can't.
Yeah, why don't you ask him? I never thought of that.
Yeah,
he
well,
probably can order those bulbs for you.
and I'll get the specs too from the Radio Systems website, just so we know exactly what the wattage needs to be, because I don't want to get the wrong bulbs.
And we should decide what we're going to do with that $2,000 piece of equipment that's sitting out there in the hallway. Is Bob Turner, who thinks he's done with the thing, going to actually put that thing on and retrofit the Studio 2 Talk 2 board?
Yeah, I mean, that's like a big deal. We got to figure out what we're doing with that, because that's probably going to be the biggest upgrade. I think you want to do it in Master Control.
You want to do it in Master Control?
I think that's the idea. That was the plan.
I thought the board and Talk 2 was the one that somebody said some faders were out or something.
That's all been.
But you decide.
Well, yeah, I'll take a look. But I mean, we had backup faders, and Bob, I think, actually installed the backup faders in the old board, because all the boards have faders now.
They do? Okay,
Yeah.
because the one in Talk 2, I think, is the old Master Control board.
I believe you are correct, and I believe the one in Master Control is the old Studio C board.
Yeah, so you figure out that one got
Okay.
a bunch of stuff ripped off it. So figure out what we want to do, and then the board in Talk 3 has that hum or something, or that whine in it, and he seems to think that that's coming maybe from the amplifier and not the board. But we should figure out, maybe we swap a few things around. But if one of them is going to be used a lot, I would agree with you. I would think since we use Talk 1 and Master Control the most, you might want to get comfortable with that board, because then it's going to get crazy when you go there and it's no longer telephone. It's now called whatever, Audition or Mono or whatever.
Yeah.
And we should probably take it on those boards then and take that Audition thing off and write down phone on the bottom of it.
Yeah, it's a little confusing, that's for
just
sure.
so it makes it smart for everybody when they go to another studio.
Geez, I'm still getting used to calling this Talk 1 and Talk 2. And
I know, I still have a problem with it. I think it's all the nomenclature is dumb.
Yeah. So you want to do this thing?
Yeah, let's do it. Here we go. Get this thing going here. Let's see. We got. I can never remember if it's Gloria Ferrer or Ferrar. So
I thought it was Ferrar.
Yeah, you were right. It's Ferrer. It's Ferrer.
Oh, it's Ferrer.
You said Ferrer.
I did say
and you were
Ferrer.
right.
Okay.
You were correct, and then I said Ferrar because it used to be Jose Ferrar. All right, so we got Google Trends, and where's our new guest here? This is promo. Making love. Oh, that'll be good. Okay. All right, this will be for What's Cooking Today for Monday, Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Eric Hines and Michael Horn here to tell you what's coming up on the next exciting What's Cooking Today show.
Big show. We're talking Super Bowl recap. We're talking Frozen Yogurt Day today and Jennifer Horn's birthday. Then Eva Bertrand's going to be here from Gloria Ferrer. We'll talk about Valentine's Day and glasses for your sparkling wine. We'll look at the Super Bowl top moments with the Google search team's Daniel Seelberg. And we'll also talk for you Tuesday morning about making love potions. All this and more on What's Cooking Today with Eric Hines and Michael Horn.
All right, we did it.
Make sure Matt gets these spots down so you don't have to do that fade to like 59 and 29, because I think he might have gotten them all edited, but they're probably 60 and 30, and that's what's causing the run over.
I agree. Yeah, we'll take a look.
So let's
at
go
together.
through them one more time and really tighten them up so you don't have to use that fade. It'll be perfect.
Yeah, sounds good, my man.
All right. And Jose can do that too if he can. Jose is good at that.
Yeah, I think I could also get some of the weekend staffers, in here. Debbie can probably handle some of that stuff too, so I'll have her take a look as well.
Yeah, but Jose is really good.
Yeah, he's quick too.
You, Matt, and Jose are really good, and he's quick, and he could do it.
Yeah,
all right,
good.
I'll see you in a bit.
All right, man. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
If I didn't acknowledge that these people, I mean, maybe I had a good ear, or other people that I respect had a good ear and thought, okay, if you put these people together, it'll sound like this way. You have to try it all out. But everybody has to kind of work at it, too. And if you don't work at it, you have nothing to show for it. So it bothers me a little bit, because I think I'm a team player and acknowledge that there are reasons for success. And oftentimes, it is the inspiration of the leader, maybe that is responsible for pulling it all together. but you got to have somebody to pull together. I couldn't do that. Look at how many people, you'll excuse the personal reference, how many people did I go through before Jennifer, and those of you who've been listening to this program for 20, this is my 29th year of doing this program. So how many of you have been loyal listening for a long time, and you know how many people I've been through before I got to this? And that's because it didn't work. And so Brady may be cool, but Belichick obviously has a good eye for other players. And wasn't it there are a couple of these the various coaches that I don't know, this whoever does the line. What is the other kind of coaches? What do they have?
The offensive line.
Offensive line coach,
coordinator.
I mean, so if all of these people didn't function together, if there was the slightest bit of the pee under the mattress, if there was the slightest grain in somebody's shoe that made this thing not work, it has to work perfectly and shows that people say, oh, it was a terrible first half. I don't know. I'm not an expert. I don't know from nothing.
It was.
I know.
That's confirmed. It was terrible for the Patriots.
Yes.
It was great for the Falcons. They were owning them. Tom Brady